Okay, I bet you recognize this song. So that's the song Yellow by Coldplay. It's off of their debut album for the year 2000, Parachutes, and it is basically the song that put Coldplay on the map in the year 2000. It was the second single off that record, and it was the first song to get internationally recognized for the band and essentially launched their careers. Now there's an interesting trick that Chris Martin uses in the alternate tuning of the guitar for this song, and it's something I've not really seen or heard anyone else use before. So in today's video, I'm gonna show you what's so cool about this tuning and how to use it in your own playing. So here is the tuning in question. It's E, A, B, G, B, D sharp. Sounds like this. Okay, so to get into this tuning from standard tuning, we're just gonna change two strings. The D string is gonna go down to B. And then the high E string is gonna go down to D sharp. And it sounds really weird when you just play it open like that. Now I love playing in alternate tunings, and I actually made a whole video course dedicated to alternate tunings, and right now it's on sale. Normally it's $39, but you can get it for just $9 via the link in the description box down below. In the course we go over DAD-GAD tuning, open E, open G, open D, and C standard. Each section teaches you not just what the tuning is, but how it works and the harmony behind it and how to actually use it to write your own songs. And each section has a backing track that you can play along with as well. So if you want more information on what's in the course, click the link in the description box down below, get it for just $9. And with all that out of the way, let's check out how to play Yellow. So we're in the key of B major here, and the song starts with this iconic strumming pattern just on a B major chord. So this is just a B major triad, but because of the tuning, we're having to voice it a little bit differently. So we have the root note B, then the fifth, and then we're doubling the fifth on the fourth string here. So we basically have 1, 5, 5, or B, F sharp, then a major third, then an open B string, which is our root, and then this open D sharp on the top, which is just our major third. Now he is slightly changing the chord here by going up. And normally you would think about this as like a suspended fourth chord as a sus4, but we actually still have the major third in here because of the open D sharp string on top. So this is actually a B major add 11, not a B major sus4. Now from there, we're gonna go to this chord, which is gonna be our 5 chord in the key of B major, which is F sharp major. But this is actually an F sharp major 6 voicing because we have our root note, our 5th, and then our 6th right there. Then a major 3rd, then a 5th, and then another 6th there on top. And then we're gonna go down to the 4 chord of B major, which is E major, and we're gonna voice it like this, which is an E major 7. Again, because of that high string being tuned down to D sharp, that's the major 7 of E. Gives us that really beautiful sort of shimmery sound. Now, there's one interesting thing that I've noticed that you may have noticed too, which is the doubled fifths are always just a little bit out of tune. It's hard with a standard guitar that's not intonated for this tuning. It's hard to get those two notes to ring perfectly in tune. Those doubled fifths being a few cents sharp or flat relative to one another is actually creating this like richness and this width in the guitar sound that is really beautiful. So that's basically all of the verses of the song. The choruses go like this. essentially all we're doing there is starting on that E major 7 voicing. Then we go to the 6th chord, which is a G sharp minor. And again, we're doubling that 5th, so. And then back to our F sharp major 6 chord. And that's basically the whole song. The only other thing that changes that I think is beautiful is at the very end of the song, the very last chorus, it's a down chorus where it's basically just Chris Martin and the acoustic guitar, and he plays it like this. This chord right here, the F sharp, he changes from a major 6 to a minor 7, sort of add 11 sound. So instead of our 5 major to 4, he's going 5 minor down to 4. That's my favorite chord progression of all time. A 5 minor to 4. I just love it. Now, I had a little trouble verifying this, but I think the way he's voicing this chord is like this. With the open B string there. And then down to the E major 7. Yellow is an incredible song. And in fact, the first 3 Coldplay records are amazing. The songwriting, the production, the instrumentation, the arrangements are just beautiful. They're some of my favorite records of all time. And this tuning is beautiful, but I actually want to change one thing that I think makes it a little more applicable to everyday guitar playing, make it more useful for you rather than just playing these few Coldplay songs. And what we're going to do is actually take the 4th string, which right now is tuned to B, and we're going to bring it back up to standard, which is D. Okay, so now we're basically in standard tuning with the exception of the 1st string is D sharp or E flat, depending on how you want to look at it, instead of E. So now what I can do is play an E major chord, but when I hit the 1st string, I get the major 7. And I can actually still play Yellow with this tuning. Now again, this voicing is not technically correct because I'm not doubling the 5th like I was with the other tuning, but it still sounds pretty close. And the cool thing about tuning it this way is I can actually use my standard chord voicings, the 5th string root and the 6th string root triad voicings, in interesting ways because of the way the 1st string is tuned. So let me show you. This tuning obviously works really well in the key of B, like we've been playing Yellow in, but it also works really well in the key of E. So I'll just play the chords of the E major scale and you can hear how they sound with the open D sharp on top. Couple of voicings that really jump out to me there. First off, the 4 chord, or A major in this key. With that D sharp on top, that makes that a sharp 11 or kind of a Lydian sound if you like to think about it from a major mode perspective. That's beautiful. I can even voice it down here with my regular A major voicing. Or I can even add the open B string in there to get like a major 9 sharp 11 sound. The other cool voicing that jumps out to me is the 6th chord, or C sharp minor in the key of E, which I've voiced up here. You could think of this as like a minor 7/9 voicing, but it sounds like a piano or a keyboard voicing almost. see how just changing the one note on top completely changes how the guitar sounds. And I actually like this tuning better than the Coldplay tuning because it's a little easier to wrap your head around. You don't have to do the math of the D string going down to B and sort of changing your chord voicings around. Just use your standard voicings, especially the open voicings in the key of E major and B major. And if you need to play in a key that is not E or B major, you just throw a capo on and use those same chord voicings and you can get some beautiful sounds. Don't forget, you can get the alternate tuning course for just $9 for a limited time if you click the link in the description box down below. Also, while you're down there, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Still, according to our analytics, over 50% of the people that watch on a normal basis are not subscribed, so it really helps me out when you click that little red button. My name is Rhett Shull. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.